I'm here.
Your background kind of scared me for a second. I didn't
Why?
understand what it was. Well, you were down at the bottom, and then all of a sudden I just saw orange, and I was like, what's happening? I like it. I don't know how to do that on Zooms. I need to learn.
Uh, Literally Google images and then mess around with the camera.
Cool. You always have fun ones. So yeah, I just thought we'd wait another minute, two,
No worries.
and then jump in. Okay, we might as well get started. I'm sure more people will hop on as we get going. So, hello, ladies and Jake. I'm super excited to kick off a new month hearing from the amazing Jake Story. First of all, thank you, Jake, for being here with us tonight. He's going to chat with us a little bit about consistency and how action equals results. I'm excited. I know you guys are excited. So, I'm just going to pass it right on over to Jake.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me here, Jen. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope everybody's just been enjoying their day so far. I think it's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. So starting off the week strong. So today we're going to talk about a couple of things. We want to talk about the power of consistency, and then really the power to push through, just kind of continuing to push through and execute on those goals. Because here's what often happens when we set a goal and we reach that goal, we stop working towards higher things, right? And so it's like you have that moment where you're just like, yes, I did it. And then that becomes a plateau. And it's just like, man, how do we overcome those? And how do we continue to drive and push through that? So we'll talk through several different things today, but that's really going to be the main things that we touch on. Power of consistency, power of pushing through and getting over those obstacles and doing those things. So first and foremost, let's talk through consistency. So one of the things we talk about all the time, we're going to hit on the head, Success Club. Okay, we're going to talk about Success Club. So we talk about Success Club all the time. And I've shared this on previous calls, but let's bring it back to why Success Club. Why do we talk about it? Why are we doing these things? So it comes down to this, guys. We do and preach Success Club because what is the mission of what Beachbody is committed to doing? We are here to help people live healthy and fulfilling lifestyles. Okay. That is the mission of what we want to accomplish. Why did we put the Success Club system in place? We wanted a way to reward our coaches for doing the mission, for helping people live a healthy and fulfilling lifestyle. Best way to do that is by helping them with the challenge pack. And so we said, let's create this reward system that incentivizes and helps people say, yes, I've been doing good. I've been helping people. And you get prizes and gifts and those kind of opportunities. I mean, last year alone, if you hit Success Club every month, you got a Theragun, like a phenomenal gift and opportunity, right? All because you're helping people commit to their health and well-being. So that's what Success Club is. Now, why do I share that? Because often we overthink and overlook what Success Club truly is because it becomes a numbers game. You know, we're talking Success Club 5, SE10, it's 3 people, it's this. And sometimes we lose why we're doing it and we lose the validity and the importance of that. So I bring it up to say this. Success Club 5 is awesome, but that should never be our bare minimum. Right? We should be helping one person a week. We should be helping people. We should be out there talking to people. And we should be enthusiastic about helping people. Right? And I bring this up because if we're passionate, we're enthusiastic, and we're doing these things, when we hit that Success Club 5 number, I don't take my foot off the gas. I don't take a break for the next couple of weeks because I did it in February, right? Oh, I locked in Success Club by the 10th and I'm good. That's great. And like we're proud of you, but we don't want you to take your foot off the gas because you were able to achieve it, right? And then it's like, well, I did the SC5, so I'll just wait until next month and I'll do that again. Because ultimately, why did you start Beachbody? When you said yes to the coaching opportunity, why? Right? Think back to like that moment of, you know what, I'm going to do this. You said yes to the opportunity because you saw a vision. You saw something there. You saw an opportunity and you had this glimpse of like what it could be. You got to hold on to that at all costs, because when you get into the moment and you get into, we lose sight of that so often, and it just becomes part of what we're doing. And we stop having fun pushing towards that bigger thing. And it's like, oh, I did what I needed to, I'm good. So the best way to avoid that kind of mindset of like driving really hard for the first couple weeks and then taking your foot off the gas is understanding what you're doing. Why are you doing this? What is that ultimate thing that you're pushing for? Right? It could be a health and fitness goal. It could be a vacation goal. It could be a financial goal. It could be, I know how you feel. I get it. I get it, Crystal. It could be anything, right? But when you said yes to coaching, you saw something. So why do you accept SC5 as a bare minimum? Why do you accept and say, you know what, I did it and I'm good? Why do you accept not driving and pushing every single day to get what you thought was possible when you said yes to this? Right? So that's where we've got to start. Why are you doing this? Why? You got to understand why we're doing this. So look, I'll break it down. Why do I do what I do? One, I love people. I am a people person. I am extroverted at heart, from a family of introverts. I love being on stage. I love those opportunities of just being around a ton of people. And so I love what I do, right? I picked a job where I get to do the things that I enjoy doing. Does that mean I love absolutely every aspect of what I do? No, I don't. But guys, I'm still enthusiastic and I think about my job a lot, and I'm very engaged and I want it to be better. I want you guys to be better. I'm always actively engaged and I'm enthusiastic because I see where I'm going. Yes, I have my days, but that's it. It's a day. I don't allow myself to take 2 weeks off. I don't allow myself to do those kind of things. We've got to have that kind of sense of urgency. This is the job that you guys are pursuing. So how do you stay consistent? You hold on to what that vision is. You know what you're pushing for and you know what you're driving for, and you be excited about it. And if it no longer excites you, then you got to sit down, look at yourself in the mirror and say, what do I need out of this? and then you go for it because we have it. One of my favorite things about what we do as Beachbody is we do not preach a magic pill. We talk hard work and putting in the work. And it's not just we talk about it. It is you push play, you kick your butt for 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and then you take care of your body and you get the results. That's why I love what we do, because it is you earn everything in this company. That's why I love what we do. So that brings me to urgency. Do you have a sense of urgency, right? When Jen's sharing the big team vision and goals, do you guys get on board and do you get that sense of urgency of like, man, I want this too, right? Because then it becomes I'm now pushing to hit diamond or 1-star so that I can help this team hit goals, and I'm stepping into a leadership role in this team. We need that sense of urgency. So how do you get that? Set goals that scare you. If you're a diamond and you feel like, yeah, this is awesome, but you want to find more opportunity out there, and you're like, I still feel like I need a little bit more, level up and do your best, become a 1-star. Start duplicating what you are doing and find that 2-star rank. Because guys, 2-star, game changer. If you thought diamond was a game changer, let me tell you this. Your ability to unlock the comp plan at 2-star, insane. Getting an additional business center, insane. Why do I say that? Let's give you an example. If you have 2 business centers and they're placed accurately in your organization and 100 volume points go in the system, you could get 2 cycles off of 100 volume points just from going in the system, right? Because that means I could get, if my second business center is diamond, I can get $18 for the cycle on 100 points if placed correctly in my organization through that second, and another 18 through my first. So just off of 100 volume, I just double dipped. That's an incredible, incredible opportunity. Okay. So why am I talking about all this? It comes down to this, guys. We are in March. We're still in the first quarter of the year, and we have so much opportunity that lies before us. But the problem is we have so much time that lies before us, and we become victims of the I still got time mindset. It's okay. I still got time. Right. And that causes us to have that conversation with ourselves. And then come October, we don't have any more time. It is crunch time, and we've got to get locked in. And no matter what's happened in life, we've got to deal with what we were dealt, right? Like last year, I had coaches that were blowing it out of the water. It was phenomenal. You guys did phenomenal. You made rank advancements. You pushed hard. You hit goals. But I also had coaches that come October, November, they were like, I don't know what happened this year. I was just trying to stay afloat. And that's a real part of life. So you've got to understand, we cannot become victims of the I still got time mindset. We've got to become the people and that drive energetic and passion through everything we're doing all the time. And if you do have a day you're feeling off, lean on the team, lean on each other. That's what we're doing. So one of my favorite books is The Energy Bus by John Gordon. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this like constantly because I mention it all the time. But I love this book for this reason. He presents the topic of get everybody on your bus, okay? Find people that are willing to support the vision that you just outlined. So it's setting goals, sharing what your goals are, and then getting people to join you on the bus and not allowing what he calls energy vampires on the bus. Why? If you're all on the same bus and you're all heading towards the same destination, you're pushing, you're driving. I'm going to have a day I don't feel right and I'm just off, but the others around me are continuing to push me forward. They're continuing to fight with me and push me along, and they're there. Why? Because when they need me, I'm there for them. So you create this community of people that are pushing towards the same goals. That's the power of culture. That's the power of what we can create. That's why I love that book, because it creates such a wonderful premise of just You create the vision, you get people who are on the same vision, and you all support each other because you are going to have off days. That's okay, but it's not okay to have off weeks and months. And that's what we're trying to avoid. So, how do you overcome this? How do you create a sense of urgency and do all these things? Well, you hold on to that vision. And two, to create like more opportunity for what you are looking at, you got to set new standards. If you're somebody that's been hitting Success Club 5 every single month, hey, I'm very proud of you. That's awesome. Great job. But can you do SC10? Is it time to up the SC5 and get a little bit harder? Right? Is it time to move from 21 day fix to 21 day fix extreme? That's kind of what we're looking like, right? So raise your standards. Say, what is the bare minimum I've been doing? Yeah, I've been great at that, but maybe I need to do more. Maybe I should stop pushing for SC5 and start pushing for SC10, and that becomes it. And maybe if you're an SC10er, you're like, you know what? Maybe I should push for SC15. Just see how that goes. Then you start setting these new standards. That's how you continue to find that drive and that passion, that fire, because you create new standards. And when you create standards, you no longer hit something and then go, cool, I got it, achieve my goal. Now what? You have standards in place that continue to drive you forward. Because then it's like, I hit my goal, awesome, but I'm still got to keep hitting these. Like, my new standard is at SC15 and it got me to my goals, but now what? Well, I got to keep hitting SC15 because that's my new standard. And I'll just see, okay, now I'm going to reevaluate my goals and see where I want to go from here. So standards create the consistency and the drive to continue to push this business forward. So you don't become a diamond and sit there forever. So you don't become a 1-star and sit there forever, right? Like, I know countless coaches, guys, even Nikita Martin. Like, Nikita's phenomenal. And we all saw what she did last year. But did you notice that for the previous 5 years before that, she was a diamond coach for 5 years? No. We talk about what she did in the course of 12 months. But it took her 5 years to get to a point where she figured things out. And guess what it was? New mentality and new standards. And then when she got momentum, she rode it. And it was like, man, we're going for 5-star. They hit 5-star. And it was like, we've still got momentum. Let's go for like 6, 7, 8-star. They started pushing for 8-star. And then I came in and I'm like, well, if you're freaking that close to 10, go for 10. And they all got around it. And they're like, let's go for 10. So they just continued to ride this wave of momentum and they didn't allow it to take their foot off the gas. And they did something incredible. They set standards. So raise the bar. Raise the bar this year. We had an incredible 20 and 20, but it was also an extremely difficult year globally. Doesn't matter who you were, where you lived, you felt the impact of the pandemic. Okay. 2021, everybody I think was wishing for a brand new clean slate as of January 1st. And January started off, things were looking good. Then what happened? Ontario goes on a 28-day quarantine. Quebec follows suit. Manitoba goes on a 3-week quarantine. All these provinces start shutting down, not for 2 weeks. We're talking a month. And I think that really hurt people's confidence. I think that got to people and it was like that moment where you think you're done with something. And then it's like Autumn's like, okay, you still have 10 burpees and you just have that, takes the wind out of the sails. That was this last month. Okay. That was February for a lot of people. So then what? Yes, it's been hard, right? But hard times create good character. Hard times allow you to become stronger and better. So what am I going to let it break me? Or do I want to lean into this and say, you know what? 2021 can be difficult, or it can be the best year of my life. And then when you create that sense of like, I want it to be the best year of my life. Okay, how? Well, I want to wake up with passion, with fire. I want to be that person that just has that thing that people are looking for, And guess what? It's up to you to make that mental decision to have that thing that people are looking for. And then you just share it. Doesn't matter you're going to get criticism. That's just the age and day we live in. People love to sit behind a computer and talk trash because they don't got to physically see you, and they just love to be trolls. All right, bring it on. I don't care. It says more about the individual writing the comment than what you are doing when you're trying to spread positivity and light. So you've got to make the decision. Are you ready to have the best year of your life? Or are you ready to settle for mediocrity? Are you ready to settle for that nice, right in the middle, flat plateau? Because me, I don't like the plateau. I don't like it. So how do you do that? Once you figure out you want to live with that, you want to be that person that people look to and say, I want what they got. And they just can't put their finger on it. They're just like, there's just something there. Well, that's passion and energy. I can tell you that much right now. If you follow somebody on social media and you're like, man, I want what they have. What you really want is the passion that they're speaking to the video with, is that message. Like when they say that cool and like motivational quote, you love the energy and the spirit they bring to that message. That's what you're attracted to. So you find that by raising your standards. You find that by holding on to that vision that you thought of, that this could be, because guess what? It could become more than what you originally thought it could be. My family has a saying, and I say my family, my wife and I have this saying, is life never turns out as expected. It turns out better than expected. Okay. I use this quote for this reason. When we got married, we expected to have your typical get married, have kids down the road, and all that just kind of goes well. Guess what? Kids weren't in our future. We did everything. 4.5 years of infertility, everything up until in vitro. And then we decided, do we do IVF or do we adopt? So we decided to adopt. Guys, in the midst of that infertility battle, we cried, we had emotional breakdowns. Life was tough. The second we took our daughter in our arms, do you think we remembered anything of how hard it truly was? No, because when we took her in our arms, we said, you know what? There couldn't have been a better decision for us. This was our path. This is what we were meant to be. And that's why we will always stand by. Life doesn't turn out as expected. It turns out better than expected. We always go in with these expectations, but guess what? It's going to be hard. Oh, and here she comes right now. I thought I locked the door and I didn't. It's going to be hard. Things are going to happen. Life is going to throw you something, a curveball here and there. This is London, by the way. Say hi, London. There you go. Life's going to throw a curveball your way. Hit it, swing, start learning and growing, and just continue to do it. So how do you overcome just that stagnant middle of the month? You hold on to why you're doing what you do. How do you get over those, like, man, I hit diamond, now what? You raise your standards. You start doing more than what you did to get you to that diamond. Yes. Good job. Getting ready to play with all your makeup? Okay. So you raise the standard and you do that. Don't settle for mediocrity in 2021. Okay. Whether it's hard or whether it's not, we deal with what the cards were dealt and we make the best of what we've got. And you can either be on the end of 2021 and say, you know what, this is the best year of my life, or man, I wish I would have done something else. I coulda, I shoulda. Those are the worst sayings we could ever look back. Man, I should have done this. I should have given that an opportunity. I should have taken that shot. I should have done this. You can sit there and beat yourself up over the I shouldas or I couldas. Or you can take the opportunity. You can fail. You can learn. You can keep moving forward. And then at the end of the year, you look back and you're like, wow, that was awesome. I experienced something I never expected. I did some things I never expected. I got myself over this. Man, I just didn't think I didn't know if that was in me. And I proved to myself that I'm worth and capable of so much more than I ever gave myself credit for. So don't accept to be mediocre. Don't accept to just sit around and hit SE5 and expect your goals to come to pass. Okay. We move forward. We set new standards. We raise the bar and we continue to progress in this. So I just appreciate you guys having me on this call. Jen, thanks for the invite and being able to chat with you guys. But it comes down to this. Don't take your foot off the gas in the middle of the month because you hit Success Club 5. Raise the bar. Continue to push. Continue to be a leader and just drive forward with that. Again, never turns out as expected. It turns out better than expected. So wait until you see what happens at the end of 2021. You're going to be there to be like, I was a part of that. I was a part of that. So thank you for having me on. You guys have any questions?
Thank you, Jake. That was amazing, as always. I don't even have a question. I'm hoping one of you guys do. That was just good. Like everything you said was just like, yep. Energy Bus, I definitely agree with Jake. Read it if you haven't. It's a quick read too. Someone gave it to me and yeah, it's one of my favorite books.
Love it.
But yeah, do you guys have any questions at all for Jake while we have him? You can always type it if you don't want to ask. No, nothing.
Not so much a question, but just thank you, because like Jen knows at the end of January, I had like a full out meltdown to her and just really questioning myself and like lost sight of my vision. And yeah, I just needed to hear those things because I have some huge goals and I just forgot to focus on the small ones versus the big ones as well. So thank you.
You bet. Thanks, Trish. But it is that, guys. It's just starting small. And if you have big goals, guess what? It one step at a time. How do you achieve big things? One step at a time. We often try to take everything, so much bigger than what we can actually take. But it's like, it goes back to that saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You just start and do it, right? So anything else?
No.
I got the dad rock going on, if you can't tell. I'm just like soothing.
I know. It's making me tired. Yeah, like I literally have nothing. Although I did not know. I don't think I knew Nikita was a diamond for 5 years before that blowout year last year. That's a cool thing to know. Like, I don't know. I just think that's neat. Just if you never give up, can happen.
She's phenomenal. Well, and that's what I love about Nikita is, don't get me wrong, our top coaches are all phenomenal, right? When you look at the Ashley Molstad, the Melanie Mitros, the Lindsay Matways, Angie's, Jim, Jamie and Kim. I always call them Jim and Kami. It's so much easier to say Jim and Kami. So Kim and Jamie. But if you look at them, they've been at the top for so long that sometimes we look at them and yeah, they're real people, but it's almost hard to put yourselves in their shoes. But that's why I love Nikita is like when you have her on a call, she's raw, she's real, and she's just like, that's who she is. And it makes it so much more like, okay, if you're just authentic to who you are and you work hard, you can do it. And that's one thing I've learned by watching all these top coaches, even Kim and Nikita and Amanda Marie Cantino and all these coaches we saw excel last year. The only reason that they hit those ranks is because they'll outwork anybody. That's what it comes down to. Like there was a time that Amanda Cantino was working like 16-hour days. And I was like, you've got to stop. Like you're going to die soon. And it's just like, you got to set, but that's what it took to get the ball rolling. And sometimes it's just, you've got to find out what am I willing to do? What am I willing to sacrifice? And when you start to have those right conversations and determine those, oh my Lanta, you really went to 10 with that makeup, huh? So it just comes down to that. So I'll say that. I want to pull this quote up. I had it, and then let me do this real quick. I just want to share one quote with you guys that I loved. So let me pull up a presentation really quick. And then we'll end with this. NLC presentations. So the quote is, Don't count the days, make the days count, right? And I love that by Muhammad Ali. Don't count the days, make the days count. Comes down to that. Days, not months, right? It just comes down to what we do in any given day. And yes, we're going to have an off day, but that doesn't mean we have 2 off days. Doesn't mean we have 3 off days in a row. It just means you have an off day and you get right back on the horse and you do it. Okay, 1 second. So don't count the days, make the days count. Thank you so much for having me on tonight, Jen. I really appreciate you guys, but guys, raise the bar, raise the standard. It's time to do more, be more. And I appreciate everything you guys are doing. You really did have an awesome year in 2020. And I'm so proud of you guys, but I know you're capable of so much more. And so that's why I came with that message today is like, you're capable of more. Raise the standard and let's see what we can accomplish together. So appreciate you guys for taking the time, Knight and Jen, for inviting me on.
Thank you so much for taking the time. It was amazing as always. And thank you, ladies, for tuning in.
Last but not least, before I go, let me take a picture with you guys.
Okay, yay.
Everybody smile. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful night. We'll chat later.
Bye, London.
Bye. Okay.
Oh, she's doing her makeup. She's busy. Oh.
Yes. There you go. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.